Hey, good morning. Welcome, folks. There's plenty of weight loss advice that's floating around out there everywhere. On TV, on your computers, laptops, phones. I mean, the weight loss stuff is just everywhere. Everyone seems like they have a magic secret. Eat this, avoid this, take this pill, drink this concoction, and boom, the weight's just going to fall off of you. But that's not the way it works. I spent years coaching people who struggle with their eating habits and their movement habits. And I found that most of these magic secrets, they aren't just wrong, they set people back. They definitely cost you a lot of money, especially people who over year after year try different concoctions and try different pills and different things, and it sets them back. This video, I'm going to share the top weight loss advice that you should ignore. And I'll explain each one of them. It's going to be 6 tips on things for you to ignore. This is Mike Norris with Mike Norris Fit. I help men over 50 lose weight, get fit, and live a healthier lifestyle. Let's get into number one. Number one tip, ignore carbs are evil. Most of the diet plans out there really beat up carbs. I even talk about cutting back carbs, but there's a reason for that. There's good carbs and there's bad carbs. There's no other way to put it. Just good carbs and bad carbs. And carbs get demonized. There are diet plans out there that tell you to almost eat no carbs, and you're starving and you're weak. And usually that diet doesn't work because you're going to go back and eat like crazy because you're so hungry. But carbs are not really the villain. Now, here's the reality. Your body as you age needs carbs. Good quality carbs. That's the key. Good quality carbs like fruits, vegetables, beans, fiber, and whole grains that give you energy. They're critical nutrients that our body needs, but in these super low carb diets, you don't get that. Think about carbs kind of like fuel for your car, because carbs give us the fuel. They give us the energy. You wouldn't stop putting gas in your car just because somebody tell you fuel is bad. You would choose the right kind of fuel to put in your car, which we all know that. You got to put the right fuel in your car. Well, you got to put the right fuel in your body. And good, whole, nutritious carbs are definitely good for you. And they'll keep your engine humming, keep your energy up, and you'll be able to get through your workouts, get through your day. But just know the difference between the good, healthy carbs you need and the junk, the white. I call it the white carbs, white bread, and cakes, cookies. That's, potatoes if they're cooked wrong. French fries are, potatoes. French fries, big difference between a whole potato, a baked potato, and French fries. Huge, huge difference in just the makeup of the potato. So just choose the right carbs. Number 2, eat as little as possible. This can be tricky because we know, and I talk about you have to get in a calorie deficit to lose weight, and you do. But that piece of advice, eat as little as possible, you should toss it out because they're talking about drastically cutting your calories, and we know that drastically cutting calories does not work. It sounds logical, but it doesn't work, because when you starve your body, you trigger a survival mechanism that we've had for tens of thousands of years in our body when people didn't have enough food to eat. And their metabolism would slow down, purposely slow down to keep from burning so many carbs, because they were hunting and looking for food, gathering food however they could get it. We still have that survival mechanism in our bodies. So eat as little as possible. That's where that it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. We gotta eat, but if you're eating the good quality food, healthy food, hey, guess what? You can eat more food because it's lower calories. It's lower calories, so you can eat more food. I used to tell my clients that sometimes. They were weak, tired, hungry. I'd say, you got to eat more food. Well, I can't eat more food. I'm on game. I said, no, you're not. Eat the healthy food that I'm telling you to eat with our diet plan, and you won't be hungry. You can eat 3-4 times a day with no problem. You don't have to eat 1-2 times a day and starve yourself. So think of your diet kind of like watering your garden. Too little water, plants suffer. Too much water, you drown them. So you got to find that healthy spot, eating sensibly, nourishing your body adequately, that's sustainable, because starving your body is not sustainable. Tip number 3, you must do intense exercise daily. I do intense exercise daily, not every day, but I'm already fit. I've been fit for years. I've been working out for years. It's nothing new to me. I've been doing it. But a lot of people will tell you, if you don't, right here, even you'll see comments that I get. If people don't exercise intensely every day, they're not going to lose weight. They're not going to get in shape. Look, I love exercise. Exercising is my life. But the truth is, all movement counts, no matter how small, even as we age, especially as we age, I should say. If you're over 50, daily intense exercise isn't necessary. You don't have to, you're not an athlete, you're not training for something, so you don't have to have daily intense exercise unless you want to, after you get your body to a certain spot so that it can take the intensity. You start off slow, start where you're at, get better and better as you go along. I've seen it many times, and I told about the one lady who was working out twice a day. She was lifting in the afternoon. She was doing one of those classes in the morning, and I knew she was going to get hurt. She was obese. I knew she was going to get hurt. And I told her, and sure enough, after about 3 weeks, she was hurt. She couldn't do anything. She couldn't walk or do anything. So you have to think about where you're at and start. I would love to see you exercise every day, 7 days a week. I walk 7 days a week. So on Sunday, it may not be much of a walk, but I'm going to get some kind of movement in. But the thing you want is consistency. Consistency will beat that intense effort every time. And it's really all you need to do is get consistent with your exercise. I talk about lifting, doing some kind of resistance training 2 to 3 days a week, but walking every day of the week. I really believe you need to walk 7 days a week. That Sunday may be kind of an off day. On Sunday, sometime I won't get but 4,000 or 5,000 steps. Sometimes, I'll get 10 or 15, but some Sundays I take a break. Tip number 4, ignore fat-free everything. Go fat-free. This started like back in the 60s, I think, with the diet plan when I was a kid. You were taught that fat was, back then everybody thought fat was the enemy. Well, there's good fat, there's bad fat, just like good carbs and bad carbs. Low-fat cookies, fat-free dressings, skim this, skim that. But what happened was people swapped out their healthy fats that they were eating for sugar, processed carbs, fast food, that kind of stuff. So it had the opposite effect of, I think, of what the people who use that slogan of going fat-free everything, it had an opposite effect, because we need good fats. We need healthy fats. We can get it from avocado, nuts, olive oil, fatty fish. It helps control our hunger. It supports brain function, which is big, and it reduces inflation in your body, especially after you're 50 years of age. So we need good, healthy fats. But this just getting rid of all fats, it doesn't work. It had the opposite effect. Eat fat-free this, fat-free that. Yeah, you need fats, folks. So ignore that tip of eat fat-free everything. They're the healthy fats that we need. Tip number 5, ignore detox to jumpstart weight loss. You see this everywhere. I even got caught up in this, folks. You got to have a detox. Do a detox. Take this, drink this. You need to detox or cleanse. Well, let me tell you something. Your body already has a built-in detox system. Your liver, kidneys, and digestive system are brilliant at detoxing every day. But, all of these trendy, fancy juices and concoctions and all, they're clever marketing. It's going to make you lighter in your wallet, but it's not going to do much for your body. Instead, you can do a simple detox by drinking more water and eating more lean, greasy vegetables, and getting sleep. Those 3 things: water, more water, green leafy vegetables, put them in your salad, like salads or whatever, and sleep. is all you need. You don't need to buy juices and all of this crap that they just don't work. Tip number 6, one size fits all diets. Ignore that. I talk about this all the time. There's no one size fits all, although there's people who are going to tell you there's only one way and that's their way, whatever the way they eat. There's probably 200 diet plans out there and probably 100 of them work. You could actually lose weight if you're consistent and stick with the plan. And some of them are made to where you're going to get a quick weight loss, 30, 60, 90 days, and then you go back to eating the way you were eating and you gain all the weight back. That's their whole plan, especially these national plans, to get you to come back year after year and eat their diets. But there's no one diet plan that fits everybody. I've seen this before. I've had clients tell me, well, my sister lost 50 pounds and she did this diet and I did it and it didn't work for me. And that's true. That diet plan may not work for you. You have to figure out, and it takes a while to understand. You get foods that you enjoy. If you don't enjoy the foods, you're not going to eat them. You have workouts that fit your lifestyle, like I talked about a minute ago, and you have to have habits that you can maintain. And some of these diets plans are just not sustainable. They're not. Your body, your life, your rules, customization and flexibility beat rigid diets every time. Customization and flexibility. My system was that I used was customized for each individual person. I told them, I said, I don't care how you eat. I know that all different types of ways to eat, but we'll make adjustments to what you're doing to get it working correctly. So that you have it. There's 6 weight loss tips that you need to ignore. The real magic, it's not found in extreme dieting or intense routine. It's in building steady, consistent habits that you can sustain for years to come. So if you like this message, want to take control of your health, hit the subscribe button, give the video a like, and share it with people that you think might need the advice. I'm here to help any way I can, and I'm starting to get a lot of questions, which are great. I'm going to start doing videos on the questions I'm being asked. I've got a lot of questions, and that's kind of what I wanted when I started this channel. I knew when I got enough people in here following that questions would start coming, and that when people ask questions, that kind of gets the old mind going, and I like answering questions. So you're going to start seeing me do extra videos a lot of days on questions that people are asking. Hope you enjoyed the video. It's Mike Norris, and I will talk to you later.